Shabbat everybody, and welcome to Havdalah Happy Hour, back now in Season 2 here on the Bethel Podcast Network. Shabbat Tov, everyone. I'm Ben.
I'm Jill. Shabbat Tov.
Shabbat Tov. I'm Emily.
Jeremy.
And we're back.
Hi, everyone.
Hope you all had a wonderful Shabbat. I know I did.
We were waving to the video for our folks who are just listening to the audio.
Right.
We have video now.
We have video now, so feel free
Yes.
to watch this if you want.
You can find the video either on our YouTube channel or on Facebook. But for all of you listening through traditional podcast means, thank you. And please continue to do that as well.
Tradition is important.
Tradition.
Feels like summer outside, doesn't it?
It does.
It's
All this
hot.
week, it was like 85
Yeah,
degrees.
today
one
was
day this
definitely
week.
cooler.
I'm not happy about it. I would like it to be cold now.
I know. Today was definitely
It'll
cooler,
come.
and tomorrow they're saying a chance
It's
of
going
rain
to snow.
tomorrow.
Oh, I thought she was going to
I
say
am
it's
We
going
have
to
not
snow.
had
Would not
measurable
shock
rain in 37 days at this point.
I'm fine with that because, like, the month before Rosh Hashanah, it just rained every single day.
I
So
know.
you know what? I'm
and
fine.
it has been that whole month we
Ugh.
talked about last week of
Ugh.
the holidays
Holidays
was
were good.
magnificent.
It got cold.
The
It
month
got hot.
before
What's going on?
was wet and gross, and I
Yes.
don't like it.
It was just damp every
Ugh.
second of every day.
Can I just point out, just being a victim, like I always try to make myself out to be, now that my dog died, it hasn't rained once in that many days. Just saying.
Thanks,
Wow.
Simba.
That
Way to
really
bring it down.
set the tone for
Where do we
the
go
show.
from there?
Hey everyone, thanks for
Right.
listening. Bye. See you next week.
Okay, so
You brought it up
we
anyway.
have a big election to talk about.
Guys, there was an election
Yes.
this week.
The
Election.
results, it's killing
So
me.
you know what? I knew this was gonna. I
I need to
called
know.
the results. I said this was gonna
I
happen.
need to know.
I said this was. What do you mean you need to know? Where
So-
have
I
you
need to
been
know.
for the
I
last
haven't been
4
paying
days?
attention. What do you want from me?
Did
It's
you think this was going to
shocking.
turn out this way, or were you
I
surprised?
I
knew.
can't believe it.
I
So
knew.
Emily's surprised.
Based on my personal opinion, I knew that this was how it was going to turn out.
I think Ben was in the middle. He was
No, I'm not in the middle. I'm definitely for one over the other.
Okay.
They're both great.
So, Jeremy, do you want to announce who won?
I'm gonna let Ben do it because I've been excited since it happened.
The results of the preschool election, pizza versus macaroni and cheese. Pizza, clear winner. We're big fans.
I mean,
I'm
I
super
prefer
happy
pizza.
about it.
Based on my opinions, I was hoping pizza would win.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
No.
No? Extra cheese?
No.
Extra cheese.
Extra
Just
cheese.
cheese pizza. Plain.
Thin crust?
Yes.
I like a thin crust.
Mhm.
So
Do you
the,
dip the pizza in anything?
No.
That's not
No.
a thing out here.
What did
I
you do?
come from dipping pizza in ranch dressing.
Oh.
Delicious.
Is it good? I would
It's
try it.
delicious.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Mm-mm.
No,
So
not
there-
good.
Not for me.
there is a hack I'm going to share with everyone, and if you remember last year, we talked about the hack. You can write this down, Emily. You wanted to hear then. If you go to a hibachi, you always order double rice. Sometimes I've ordered triple rice. It just makes everything.
You put rice on
sit
pizza?
better. No, we're talking about hibachi.
I'm not talking about
Do you know
it.
what
I'm still
hibachi is?
focused on pizza.
I know, but
Cantor
I need to
is
go
something
down
or
this
other.
road first. So we talked about this last year. When you go to hibachi, you always get double, if not triple rice. It's great. They bring out a wheelbarrow. Everyone's happy.
Mm.
Pizza, what I've been doing recently, extra cheese,
Yeah.
but light sauce.
That's Logan.
Extra cheese.
Hi, Logs. Logan,
Extra
since he
cheese,
was 5 years old,
light
light
sauce.
sauce, extra cheese is how Logan Suffel orders
Logan
his pizza.
Suffel also is the pickiest eater on the planet.
He is.
Does he have a sensitive stomach like me?
No.
Because sometimes that
No.
sauce can really.
No.
You do not.
I
want
like
he
a
that.
just
saucy
likes
pizza.
the light sauce, extra cheese.
That's what I do. Light sauce, extra
No wonder
cheese.
Logan likes your family so much.
And then sometimes I even get them to cook the pizza well done.
oh,
that,
no,
like,
oh
makes
my
it
gosh.
Absolutely not.
No?
That- no. So,
Okay.
okay. So,
Look how disgusted
My-
you are when they said
Max
that.
and
No,
I get
no.
jalapeno and pineapple on our pizza.
I love
I don't think
pineapple
you
on
can-
pizza. That's fine. I don't like the jalapeno, but pineapple on
See, I
pizza.
wouldn't want
give
the
it to me.
pineapple on the pizza.
Sweet
So
and spicy.
my family has an inside joke about well done pizza, and if any of them are watching and listening right now,
Wait, I have
they're
to hear
all-
this.
Okay, so my favorite pizza restaurant growing up was in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Nicola
You mean
Pizza.
Rehoboth?
Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Nicola Pizza. I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but they have something called a Nicoboli, which I don't even get the Nicoboli. I just like their cheese pizza. So we go to Rehoboth, to Bethany a couple times this summer, and we always go to Nicola. But from like September to May, I don't have Nicola pizza. So we finally get there in June. We're with my parents. We order pizza, and my mom must have like whispered on the side of the waitress, "Make it well done." All I wanted was a normal Nicola pizza.
Why did she want it? Why?
I don't know.
Does she eat?
Mom, why did you want the pizza well done?
But does she? Is that her go-to? Is that her go-to?
Yeah, she likes it well done. But I didn't know this, and the pizza came and it was well done, and I felt like despondent when it came. Yeah.
Is it
No,
like
that's
crunchy
gross.
crust or
No.
like
And
browned cheese?
No.
And like it was such a spoiled brat moment for me. I like almost started crying at the
It is
table.
Brat Summer, Jill.
I'm like, why is this pizza well done? And then now we don't order it well done anymore. We just
Well, Baruch Hashem.
Fair.
But it ruined your birthday.
It wasn't my birthday. It was just like my summer
It could
childhood
still ruin your
fond
birthday.
But
memories.
it ruined the meal.
It ruined her childhood.
It ruined my childhood.
And she's
It
still
ruined
thinking
that
about
one
it.
meal.
Right?
But
25 years
it's just
later.
a funny
No,
joke
I
because
would-
now every time we go to Nicola's, one of my kids or Dave will say, "Well done pizza," and you know. So
That's cruel.
Wow.
It's cruel.
and I love you, Mom, but that well done pizza at Nicola's.
See, I could hang with your mom with the well done pizza.
All right, Mom.
Well,
Jeremy's gonna hang with you next summer at Nicola's.
Get a well done pizza from Lito's. Me, your mom, and David.
I think I'm in general more of like I don't like a lot of crunchy things in general.
Mhm.
Like I'll eat chips, fine, but like I don't like crunchy cookies. Like they got to be like gooey, and like,
Soft,
crunchy brownies are weird to me. Like gooey, softer is always better. And who would want a well done pizza? I don't
Margie Granick
understand it. All right,
Jeremy
Margie.
Silver.
and Jeremy Silbert.
Not super well. Now, you know what I do like to get some burnt bagels.
Or bagels?
Why would you burn a bagel?
Well, you toast it, but you toast it a little on the heavy side.
Why?
No? I don't know. It's just
That's
some-
anti-Semitism.
At its finest.
Don't do that. That's shameful.
Have you ever tried?
Ew, no, I'm not going to do that.
Next week, guys.
No, absolutely
Next week.
not. I'll try the ranch on the pizza.
Hmm.
I will not.
Okay,
not a-
so the
burn
one
a bagel.
Now, when I
That's
say
like a
burnt,
crime.
not like completely brown. Burnt, but
one dressing I do like on pizza crust is the Pizza Hut house dressing. That I like. I would dip my crust in.
do you know what I'm a big dipper with?
It's like a Romano cheese.
Remember when we first started this a year ago, we wouldn't mention any names
I
of
know.
any, and now it's just like whatever.
Pizza Hut,
Papa
Nicola
John's,
Pizza,
right,
Lito's,
just
Papa John's.
whatever. In a good, but also
Toast
we'll,
pizza.
I love toe pizza.
It's good.
It is
Very good.
And with the extra cheese, it's even better.
But
shout
not
out,
well done.
shout out to Ronnie. But Ronnie sold the place.
No,
or his son. His son
Barry
has it
is
now.
who I always talk to at Toe Pizza. He's lovely.
So anyway, with dipping sauce, Papa John's original garlic dipping sauce. Do you remember that from
I
like
don't dip
1990?
Pizza and things.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not a
weird.
big pizza dipper.
I
I'll
love
try
it
it the
so
ranch.
much that if we have that, my wife actually has to take the dipping sauce away from me at some point because, like, probably at least I can speak for this side of the table. We all have the same stomach, whatever.
It's called the shtetl stomach. That's what I call it anyway.
Mhm.
I just call it being Jewish. My back hurts, my stomach hurts. I mean, it's right. Yes, no.
I don't know. It must be the
Maybe it's
Southwest
an
in me.
East Coast,
All of
East
the
Coast.
East
spicy
Coast
food.
Jewish thing.
Which, speaking of East Coast, West Coast, have you adjusted to the time change last week?
This is crazy. My first daylight savings experience, and
So wait, we have to back up.
Oh
You
my
are from
goodness.
Emily is from New Jersey,
I just
where
find
they
this
don't
so
have
funny.
daylight savings
not
time.
New Jersey, Arizona.
New Jersey doesn't have a lot of other things, but we're talking about Arizona right now.
Yeah. So
Arizona.
for our listeners, you are first year here from the West.
I have always lived in Arizona, so this daylight savings is something that we always laughed about living in Arizona. We're like,
Yeah, why is it that you don't have it there?
Why would we need it there?
I don't know. You
daylight
have to
all
work
the
fields
time.
too, right? The rest of us also have to. Everybody doesn't work in the field.
I don't know. And it wasn't even the changing of the clocks. Like when I woke up, I'm like, oh, I got a little extra sleep, but it's dark so much earlier, and I am not excited about the 4 o'clock Shabbat start time. Like, what is that?
Well, that
What
is
is
probably,
that?
but the end Shabbat time.
Right, then you have a whole Saturday night.
It's kind
That's
of like
true. It
a
is going
trade-off.
to allow for some good
It does.
team post Shabbat programs.
It does make some
Stay
problems.
tuned.
Coming
Yes.
in for Shabbat though. The rush is real. It's real.
But again, Saturday nights, and I've seen, like we talked about Tove, but I mean, talk about business that they do on a Saturday. When
Right.
you're done at, by 7 o'clock, everyone's already in line. But it is depressing when you leave work at 4:45, 5 o'clock at night and it's dark.
I don't find it depressing.
What about if it's raining?
That bothers me because I don't like the rain, but I love the dark. Like dark is fine.
It doesn't bother me so much.
I hate it. The lighter, the better. And
What do they call that? Seasonal affective disorder? You have that?
probably add it to the list of things that send that to my wife. She can put it on the list to talk to the doctor.
Google WebMD it.
I just have to get used to it. And my kids are like, "Oh, is it like bedtime already? It's
Right.
dark. We're not
So
adjusted."
Did your kids are they somewhat adjusted?
My older ones are
But it's like,
My
it
youngest is
must
still
be like weird.
not excited. It is weird. It is very weird. We'll get
Yeah.
there. We're adjusting to a lot of things here, and that's just one more thing to add to the list.
So you know who has not adjusted to this yet? My 5-year-old and 3-year-old,
Oh.
who typically wake up around 6 a.m.
Ew.
So now they're waking up at what time, Jill?
5.
Uh,
That's not good.
I'm okay
Oh,
with
thank you.
I'm okay because I'm up
Back to
early, but you know who's not okay with it?
Jill Silver, my friend
Mhm.
Jill Silver.
Our friend Jill Silver.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's been a
Love that
tough
girl.
almost full week now, right?
What is time, Jeremy? What is time?
Well, a week tomorrow morning.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently they can change time.
That's exactly my point. If you can change it, it's not real.
But you know what is
Agreed.
great in the winter when we go down to Florida to visit our family? It stays lighter in Florida than it does here, and it's only about a 20 or 25-minute difference.
But it's a
and then when you
difference.
compare it to New York, yeah, it's
Wait,
almost-
Florida's the same time zone.
It's
though,
the
right?
same time
It
zone,
is, but
but
it's like more east a little bit.
I don't know how to explain it. But
But
if
it's
like
someone is
Arizona,
text,
it's more south, so
Right.
right,
the-
it's still the time zone, but for whatever reason, the sun's like
Kind of like when I was in Poland in the summer at
Ugh.
11 o'clock at night, it was daylight, which was weird. Alaska has some weird
Many
things.
things in
Mhm.
Poland are weird.
Mm.
I went to Alaska in the summer,
I've
and
never been there.
it is just
Daylight.
light. It
Right.
really messes with you.
Right.
I applied for a job in Alaska when I was a park ranger in my youth.
for the transfer from one
Yeah.
post to another.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
I did not get it,
Hmm.
as is evidenced by the fact that I am here right now.
Is that a sought after post in Alaska, or is it the place where no one
Some
wants to go?
people don't want to be in Alaska because so the park I applied to is called Sitka. It's like a little island that used to be run by Russia when Alaska belonged to Russia. It's got like a little fort and like some other nice buildings there. It's a quiet post.
Isn't that the new kosher pizza place on Reisterstown Road?
No.
Funny.
No, there's a lot of like there are some parks that are like known as being sort of like bad assignments.
What would a bad assignment be?
I'm trying to remember the name of it. We used to always joke about how you would be sent there.
And where is it?
I think it's in New Mexico. What is it called?
White
Tootsie Goot.
Sands.
Tootsie Goot. Tootsie Goot was the name of the park. I forget where it is.
And also, Ben, what would be like the ideal best park in the country to be in?
That I think is a personal choice.
What were some of the top parks where you knew that you weren't going to get that assignment unless
'Cause
you had
everyone
20
wants it.
years with
Right.
the department?
Well, I always wanted to be the staff ranger in the headquarters office. I thought that's like a plum assignment. Like you don't have to like do a lot of work and.
But for parks, what is the park? If
Like
you,
the
that-
most sought after
right.
park to be a park ranger in.
For me, it was Fort Jefferson, which is in the Dry Tortugas. It is
I still don't know where that is.
in
Right.
Florida, off
Like,
of
is
Florida.
that-
It's in like the Florida
Is
Keys.
that in the Caribbean,
Okay.
which is
It's
not
Kinda.
U.S.?
It's in the Florida Keys.
Okay.
And it is.
But you don't like the heat.
I don't like the heat, but here's
And
why
he
the
doesn't like
assignment
Florida.
is good. I don't care for Florida either, but here's why the assignment is
Then
good.
it sounds fantastic.
It's a
for you.
4 on, 4 off, so you're on 4 days and you're 4 days off.
Oh.
And when you're off, you live in the Park Service housing, which is in Miami. And
Then you have to drive down to the Keys.
but the
You
boat
have
that
4
takes
days to
you
go
Oh.
back.
the boat that takes you in the morning, it's only one boat that goes there, so it's only one group of tourists per day that can go there, and so you don't have to deal with like constant streams of horrible people. And you get to live in a casemate when you're on shift on the fort, which if you're not fort people, like a casemate, like to live in a casemate was
Isn't
like a dream of
casemate
mine.
what we put our DVDs in?
No, a casemate is where you
CDs.
put cannons usually
Okay.
and other
I
assorted
think I know
artillery
what you're
implements.
talking. There's
Right?
some
You kept it in
brands.
your car. and you
Casemate
put
is
all
a
your
cell
CDs in
phone
there.
case also.
But back in the day, it was the
They've
big
evolved.
fold-out thing, the leather binder-ish that you put your CDs in. I think it was a casemate.
Well, in Fort terminology, it's a place where artillery lives, and also park rangers in Port Jefferson. Also, I wanted to work at Minuteman Missile National Historic Site, which is in like the middle of the country. It's a missile silo. And every year they do like a model rocket contest, and I always thought that seemed fun. Like, like little things like that. I was looking for really like remote historical parts. But God has a hilarious sense of humor, and now I'm here. But Tootsie Goot, actually, I looked it up, is in Arizona,
Oh.
where you're from. But
Not
basically,
close to where
it's
I was.
How do you spell that?
like
Where
the-
in Arizona? Because Arizona's actually a
Oh,
big state.
Tuzigoot, not like Tootsie Roll.
No,
Tootsie
here,
Goot.
we'll look at the map and see where it is, and you can tell me if you recognize the area. No, we would not like to make a donation to the National Park Foundation.
Not today.
No, I'm bitter still, so not ever.
Well, so as we look at the map, huge shout out to the preschool. All the
Yes.
kids had fun with their mock election. Actually, it wasn't a mock
No, it was
election.
a real
Every kid
election.
actually
Legit.
voted for it. It was a legitimate
Yes,
election. So,
indeed.
great work by everyone down there. Back to daylight savings time, though, for Emily. Is there something else that you're still trying to adjust to when you compare Arizona to Baltimore? Is there something here that you or maybe the kids or your husband that someone still they can't adjust to it yet?
So
Does
I'm
that look familiar to you?
hold on, I gotta see where this Tootsie Goot is.
So for our listeners who are not watching on the feed, Ben has pulled up.
It's like the middle of the desert,
Well,
and I think very close to Indian land.
oh, it's
too.
close to the Grand Canyon. I didn't live close to there. I was down in Tucson. One of the things that I'm getting used to, and this is an amazing thing, is the colors of the leaves on the
Oh,
trees.
yeah.
It's great.
People
this
love
time
it.
of year.
Breathtaking.
It's
And every
nice, right?
time I look outside, there are more colors. And I mean, I've heard stories, I've seen pictures,
It's
but it's
pretty,
not the same
right?
as going, oh my gosh, the trees are red and orange and yellow. It's beautiful.
Wait till when the
I'm
weather
enjoying
really
that.
changes. You get like the perfect fall day, like a sunny, crisp day, and the leaves are their beautiful colors. You put on your light scarf and your light parka, and you're all of a sudden in like an LL Bean catalog, and it's so nice.
I just got a chill as you said that. I need my jacket. Have you heard about the cherry blossoms in DC?
I have not been there. I've heard of it, but when I came for one of my visits, I did see some cherry blossoms.
I have a funny story about that, but we'll save it for another time.
No,
because it's
I'd
really
actually
funny.
like to hear it now. We're okay with time. This was a light agenda today. So please.
Basically, so every year the Park Service does the Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington. The cherry blossoms were a gift from the Japanese government very early on in the country's history. And they do the festival. And so sometimes you get called into work phones. And I remember a friend of mine was working the phones for the Cherry Blossom Festival. And somebody called and asked her, when are you going to turn them on? And she's like, what do you mean? She's like,
Turn
yeah,
on
when
the
you
cherry
turn on the
blossoms.
cherry blossom. And she said, well, it's like a natural process, so it happens at different time every year. The prediction this year is whatever it was. And she's like, no, that's not right. It's the same time every year. You turn them on. It's like mechanical.
It's like
and
lights.
Back and forth like that. That's what this woman thought that it was. And, there's other funny stories I can tell at other times. But I remember her saying that to me, and I was like, sounds about right.
That tracks.
It tracks.
You
Years.
just give her a date, like a random date.
No,
Like,
we
this is
told her that the
when-
peak is peak. I mean, you can predict pretty accurately when peak bloom
Yeah.
will be.
Based on winter,
Yes,
weather,
based on
rain,
scientific factor.
sun, right.
And and she was not happy with that answer.
So years ago, my wife and I were in Niagara Falls, and we were eating dinner. I think in one of the hotels, they had a restaurant that oversees the falls, and it was.
Were you underwhelmed by the fall?
I've been there so many times.
I was the first time. I was like very.
Did you go to the
underwhelmed.
Canadian side or
Both
the
sides.
US side? So
Always
I think the
Canadian.
Canadian side's
Always the
better.
Canadian. There's so much to
But
do.
it's
So
cheesy.
So we're eating, looking out over the falls, and I feel like it was probably late November or early December because they had all the holiday lights lit up. So it was nice. And I actually asked the waiter, said, excuse me, what time do they turn off the falls at night? Because we were thinking of walking down after dinner. And his response, so my wife wasn't expecting it either. So she was just mortified that I asked the question. But the waiter's response, I'm not sure. Let me check with my manager and I'll come right back.
I have seen some photos where they did turn off the falls for a reason. I forget. It's a historical photo.
Turn
Turn
off
off the
like
phone.
They're not
Well, they-
natural.
water.
It's a
What?
dance.
They
Yeah.
can actually dance.
Oh,
I mean, that wasn't
damn
the
it.
purpose
I
of
know
his
the
question.
purpose was like, haha, the falls don't turn off, blah blah.
Which I'll say he actually never, while he did come back to our table, he never readdressed the
Right.
question.
I imagine he did.
So I would, but no, there was some,
That's
that they,
funny though. Like I would have laughed out loud if you said that.
my wife was mortified.
I'm sure she would.
Spend the full day with me, you won't laugh at anything.
I spend a lot of days with you.
So, looking at the clock, guess what time it is?
I don't know. It's Emily. Emily, what time is
Is it Shonda of the week?
It is.
No, it was a daylight savings time joke.
But look at the
Well,
clock.
that is
get
my
it?
Shonda of the week. There we go.
All right, we'll start
Boom.
with Emily.
That was Emily, you're up first.
It is daylight savings time. I don't understand its purpose. I know something farmers light shifts at the beginning of the day, blah blah blah. But like, I don't like it, and the fact that we have to change all of our clocks seems very silly.
Well, you
Although
shouldn't
I
have
did
to change
nothing.
so
My
many.
13-year-old went around the house
Because-
and changed everything for us.
The
Aw.
phones do it now automatically, which is great.
The
It's really
microwaves and the
microwave
oven.
and the
And the
stove.
car and any
Oh, and the
other.
car.
Yeah, my in-laws' car didn't do it automatically. which
Neither
is
of my
annoying.
cars do.
So I did it for them. But like,
I just leave it because half the time you can't even tell what time it is in my car anyway
Oh.
because it's so old. But then I'm just like, what's the point? I'll just have to change it back eventually anyway. Why would I want to do that?
Now, Ben actually has an extensive grandfather clock collection at his home.
I
So I would imagine
I
that
wish I
that
did.
took a considerable amount of time, probably half a day,
I
right,
wish I
to
had
go
such a
in and
collection.
rewind everything.
That would be great. That would be such a cathartic activity to wind clocks. We used to do it at Hampton.
So I will build off of my Shonda from last week for this week. The year is 2024, and there are a lot of, my wife's calling. I told her we were doing the podcast.
Oh, she probably found out that you said those things. She's mad now.
she's listening live.
I told her I'd be home in 30 minutes, and we've been here for like 45 minutes. But anyway,
What is time?
the year is 2024, and should I answer it? No, that would be fun, but she'd be mortified. The year is 2024, and we still can't figure out a way when they're doing road work, when they're doing control. Wait a minute, hold on. Whether for our local listeners, whether you're on the lower end of Reisterstown Road, below Full Court Road, or now there's a new gift that Baltimore County has given us, Hooks Lane. They're doing a significant
I
amount
almost
of work.
hit someone last
on-
night.
In the
Wow.
nighttime, but it's only in the nighttime.
I know, we can
almost
hear it.
hit a
Yeah.
construction
But
worker.
my Shonda is in the year 2024. I understand that they can't do all the work of one day or one night, and they have to leave the site. There has to be a better fix than those steel plates that they
Oh.
put down with not only the plates, but with the big bolts that sit on top of the plates, which is causes people to go into the other lanes of traffic and on the curb and in the sidewalk.
They're in cahoots with the tire car companies. So
I
puncture your tires and get new tires.
love it. Emily only been here a short time and already into the conspiracies. I'm there with you.
Well, last time I was here with you, remember my Shonda of the week was Reisterstown Road.
Yeah,
I'm with you on this.
They've moved it south, hasn't got better. but
No.
it's-
No, but it has moved.
It's better by the bowling alley and Beltway, but any of those restaurants or stores down there. Good luck. So figure it out, road crews. There has to be a better way.
On my Shonda of the week. I'd rather.
You might get a pass this week if you want one.
I would
You
like.
don't get a pass. You have to pick
I give her a
I
pass.
need a pass this week because I love my job and I love my community.
For some other reasons.
And I'm gonna just take a pass on the Shonda.
All in
week, and I'm
favor of
going to
giving her a pass this
internalize
week.
my Shonda.
I'm not.
Ben-
That's 2 out of 3. So
Ben, you're up.
All right. Well, my Shonda of the week really is a Shonda of the day. Is that really I wanted a bagel this morning, which we have after.
No names, Ben.
I'm not going to
No.
name any names. All I'm saying
you
is
didn't come
the
to Kiddush
bagel that I
today?
wanted was. They know that this is
So anyway, you wanted a bagel
Yeah,
this
and I-
morning
I-
after service.
right, and I could not have it because the
Sorry, we'll edit that out.
were sent to a different part of the building, and I was very angry about it. And that's my Shonda. Is that all I wanted was a bagel? I couldn't have one, and now it will be a terrible day.
You didn't get a bagel. You can tell more to the story.
No, that's it. The end. I wanted it, and it was taken away by someone else, and
Ben needs more
now
bagels.
I'm mad about it.
Back to bagels.
I'm not going to eat your gross burned bagel.
or burnt pizza, Ma.
I think we're done, guys. Emily, thank you.
Happy to be here.
Shabbat Tov, everyone. You've been listening to Havdalah Happy Hour here on the Beth El Podcast Network. You can find all of our shows wherever you go to listen to your favorite podcasts on Bethel Congregation's YouTube channel. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search Bethel Balto. Thanks so much for listening, folks, and have a great rest of your week.
Shavua Tov!
Oh.
Anyone up for pizza?
Yes,
Mm.
Always.
but not burnt pizza.